Hey guys, welcome back, or welcome if you're new, and welcome to Kennedy's Corner, where I sit down, I say what I'm thinking, and sometimes I regret it later. I'm Kennedy, and I have an extremely healthy attachment to fictional characters. Like, I don't need therapy. I just need to rewatch my shows for the 47th time. Probably even higher than 47. Today, we're talking about the shows I will rewatch forever, like actually forever. These shows raised me, hurt me, fixed me, and then hurt me again. If you know, you know. But with that being said, let's get into all of my favorite shows. There are a lot of them, I fear. And honestly, some of them aren't even on this list because we had to narrow it down. So please remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and let's get into the TV shows. Let's start with the shows that live in my brain rent-free. First, Gossip Girl. Oh, Gossip Girl, the show that made me want to live in New York. It's now my dream place to live because of this show. This show is insane. Like, honestly insane. No one is a good person. And yet, I support all of them but Dan Humphrey. Dan Humphrey can go in the trash where he belongs. Thank you. This drama is unnecessary most of the time. The decisions are almost always questionable, and I eat it up every single time. I support their rights, but more importantly, I support their wrongs, and there are a lot of them. The amount of questionable decisions that are made on Gossip Girl, if you took a shot for every time there was a questionable decision on Gossip Girl, you would be dead. It's every episode. Maybe even twice an episode. Also, why does this show make me feel like I have money when I absolutely do not? Does anyone else feel like that when watching Gossip Girl? Because if you do, I feel like that should be studied. Then we have One Tree Hill, little different vibes. This show is getting life advice while also being emotionally attacked. Every episode I'm like, wow, that was so deep. And also, why am I crying again? The advice that comes from the show is top tier. However, the amount of crazy stuff and things that make me cry, uncountable. Like, can we talk about the dog eating Dan's heart? I'm sorry, what was that? Does anybody know? Because that was so ridiculous. Okay, now entering the emotional damage section. I feel like if you are a Grey's fan, you know what I'm going to say next, but it is Grey's Anatomy. This is not a show. This is a traumatic experience. Why do I keep watching knowing full well something terrible is about to happen? I get attached to characters like it's my job, and then Shonda Rhimes is like, no, Red Heart. I did not survive George dying. I did not survive Alex leaving. I didn't care about Derek. I hate that man. I did not survive Mark and Lexi's deaths. Also, spoiler warning. I'm sorry, but if you haven't watched Grey's yet, they're on season 22. You should have watched it by now. Okay. And then Pretty Little Liars. Pretty Little Liars. This show makes 0 sense. And I love it for that. Every time you think you understand what's happening, you don't. At this point, I'm not even trying to solve anything. I'm just here for the chaos. Also, one of the worst endings in TV show history, because what was that? Hello, sister? Huh? There were so many people it could have been, and they chose that. Oh, it makes me I'm enraged just thinking about it. It makes me so angry. Okay, next category is I'll just watch one episode and suddenly it's 4 a.m. I fear that I'm guilty of this with more than a couple shows. I fear that I I do this a lot, especially when I'm binge watching. If I'm binge watching, oh no, all time is lost. All time is lost. I'll stay up until however late. Heck, I won't even sleep. I'll just be watching. Once I watched 15 episodes in one day. Yeah. Hi, I'm Kennedy and I have a problem. Yeah. Okay, in this category, the first show is Criminal Minds. If you know, you know, but why is this my comfort show? That says a lot about me, I fear. But the team, that's family. I trust them more than people in my real life. Like, literally trust them more than people in my real life. Also, why is Criminal Minds low-key a comedy show? With, like, hints of crime. Why does it feel like a comedy? Like, they are so funny. Like, I don't even get scared watching Criminal Minds because of how funny they are. Like, I'll watch it alone at 3 a.m. and I'll be fine. I won't be scared. And that's because the show is so funny and the characters feel like family. That's when you know it's a good show. There are probably like 1 or 2 episodes that scare me, but not the rest. Which is crazy because I put off watching Criminal Minds for the longest time because I thought it would scare me. And here we are, I watch it at like 3 a.m. when no one's around. That probably says a lot about me. If any therapists are watching this, please don't psychoanalyze me, thank you. I don't want to know. And another murder show, Only Murders in the Building. This show gives cozy murder vibes. I don't know if that's a thing. I'm making it a thing. Anyway, it's funny, it's smart, and somehow makes me want to solve crimes from my couch. Like, I would be terrible at solving crimes, but this show makes me feel like I could solve a crime. I know I can't. You know, Criminal Minds also makes me feel like that too. It makes me feel like I can solve crimes. I can't. I'm aware I can't. The shows just make me feel like I can, and, you know, sometimes I have to bring myself back to real life and not to Lululand, which is where I live a majority of the time, if I'm being real. Okay, we're gonna move on to now for the fun feel-good shows. We love a fun feel-good show in this house. Okay, How I Met Your Mother. How I Met Your Mother. This show is literally just friends hanging out, and somehow it's one of the best things ever. Also, I quote this show like it's part of my personality. You just got lawyered. Slot Bet. Legend, wait for it, Dairy. I can't say this one. You son of a bee. There you go, I'll say that. However, the ending is like Pretty Little Liars. It's one of the worst endings in TV show history. I watched 9 seasons of this show. 22 episodes a season for a majority, I believe. And that is how you want to end it? No. That makes me angry, as you can probably tell. Like, that makes me so angry. I cannot believe that they did that to me. However, is it still one of my favorite shows? Yes. Will I watch it and then hate on the ending right after? Absolutely. Because again, how do you end it like that? I spent 9 seasons watching for the answer of how he met their mother. And they did me like that? Okay, I'm getting too angry. It's not that deep. It's not that serious, Kennedy. It really isn't. It's not that serious. I gotta calm down. I gotta calm down. Even Pretty Little Liars didn't make me this angry. I mean, it made me angry. Don't get me wrong. I was fuming. But How I Met Your Mother makes me angrier. I gotta calm down. I really gotta calm down. Oh god. I fear I just realized how angry the ending of How I Met Your Mother makes me. It makes me too angry. Also, I hate Ted. I would just like it to be known that I hate that man. I hate Ted. Hate him. My favorite characters are Barney and Lily. Yeah. Those two I love. I love them. I like Marshall and Robin, but I really, really hate Ted. Hi, have you met Ted? I wish I didn't. Okay. And finally, Glee. Glee. If you're a Gleek, you hate to love Glee. Like, no one hates Glee more than a Gleek. Okay, this show is unhinged. There's no other word for it. I'm still convinced that Ryan Murphy got high in the writer's room and out came Glee. 1 minute they're singing, the next minute there's drama, the next minute I'm crying, and yet I'll rewatch it forever. The amount of times I rewatched this during COVID, when we were all stuck in the house, I probably should have been put in a facility for that. Probably. It was like over 20 times. And I know you're probably thinking, are you okay? No, I'm not okay. But why is this show so ridiculous? Can we talk about the puppets? Actually, I'd rather not. I'd rather not remember that. Can we talk about grilled cheeses? Because that was iconic. Can we talk about the dentist-infused Britney fantasies? Let's skip the topic of Will Schuester because I hate that man and he deserves prison. Can we talk about the episode where Tina falls in a fountain and they all switch playing each other's characters? Like, Rachel, the person that plays Rachel, plays Tina, and then Tina plays Rachel. Finn plays Kurt. Kurt plays Finn. Oh, that was TV show gold. Thank you, Ryan Murphy, for that one. But Ryan Murphy, you must pay for your crimes. And there are a lot of them in Glee. Okay. Honestly, this list explains everything about me. Drama, chaos, emotional damage, comfort, anger, you know, the typical things. And that's it for today's Kennedy's Corner. If you agree with me, I love you. If you don't, well then we'll talk about it in the comments. I'll see you in the next one. Bye! I'll be rewatching one of these immediately.